James?
It's James. It's James's room.
So I didn't
Yeah,
bring
because you were about to run away. So he's changing the topic because you were about to run away.
I didn't change. Literally, James said we'll have the last word on this topic.
Yeah, he wanted to change the topic because you were about to run away.
I'm not running away. I'm open to questions, folks. If you have any questions for me, I'm not leaving.
Oh, okay. So I think you're responsible for
You,
presuppositional.
somebody else. I want somebody who actually has some
Oh,
sense
are
of
you
morality.
scared of me? I'm not talking about morality anymore.
Not even a little bit.
I'm talking about your atheist worldview.
To me, so I don't like you.
Oh, he's scared.
That's all.
Scared.
And I don't.
Yeah,
and you know what? And luckily, in my life, I've gotten to the age where I don't have to deal with people I don't like. I don't lend myself to the evils that I condemn.
Yeah, if I defended Christian presuppositionalists to Skylar, I would just totally destroy him. So he's refusing to engage me now.
I mean, you've got an ego on you the size of a mountain.
I mean, I would ask one question, Skylar. Just
please.
So you knew, like, you have this view of Godless Girl before, but it's like you had that first conversation, but now you're saying that you won't because of your view of Godless Girl. To me, that kind of seems in conflict. Like, if she's willing to have like a conversation with you where she wants to try to run precept apologetics and see your responses, that's away from the morality.
All right, we can do it. Let's do it, James.
Something that your audience would enjoy.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Go ahead, Godless Girl. Run your precept.
This is just Godless
okay, so
Skylar too. I want to still keep people from jumping in and out.
So I'm an epistemological nihilist because I'm unconvinced by presuppositionalism, but I do think that the Christian God would be the only way that somebody could know something. I mean, because like if there was an omnipotent, omniscient being who couldn't tell a lie, then he would be able to reveal something to you in a way you can know for certain. But without either being omniscient or having revelation from a being who is, how could you know anything? Like knowledge being justified true belief.
That was just a bunch of what ifs. If this is true, this is true, this is true. There's no reason why I would believe any of that. I could just replace Raptor Jesus and say that Raptor Jesus always tells the truth and he provides all knowledge to human beings and he's the only way.
How do you know that? Are you?
Well, like I said, that's what I'm saying.
Wait, now what you just made a claim. You just made a claim. Are you reasoning that claim is true?
Don't talk over me. This is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. Are you saying you have an answer to solipsism?
Well, I think that if the Christian God exists, he could reveal something to you in a way.
Well, that's just a big what if. That's okay. What if? I can't
do have any what ifs. On your atheist worldview, do you have any way of knowing anything?
I believe in God.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were an atheist.
No.
Which God?
God doesn't have a name.
Oh, so how do you?
I don't pretend to have all knowledge about him.
Okay, well, without revelation from an omnipotent, omniscient being who cannot tell a lie, how do you know anything?
That's a claim. How would you justify that claim?
I just asked a question.
How could you claim that? How would you know all the other possibilities that are out there?
I asked you a question. I didn't make a claim.
Yes, you did. You said you're making the claim within the question. You're presupposing that there could be a God that has this, that is all, that is truthful, that can provide knowledge, and has direct communication with humans. You're just claiming it, and you're presupposing it within the question.
Do you think that that's Do you think that's impossible?
I think that there could be other ways.
What other way?
How can you discount other options?
What other way?
Well, no, that's not my job. Your job. You have to make it a true dichotomy.
Look, either you get divine revelation from an omniscient being, or you're an omniscient being yourself. Other than that, how could you know anything? Because, how could you know? You couldn't know anything such as the laws of logic.
I can give you an example of something I know.
Oh, sure, go ahead, because I'll fucking destroy it. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear. Yeah. I'll destroy it. Go ahead. What do you know, and how do you know it?
I'm not the Christian God.
How do you know that? Did you reason that? Did you make an inference?
Yeah, well, no, I don't even have to reason it. It's by definition. If I was the Christian God, I couldn't lie.
How do you know that meaning
if I was the Christian God, I would just lie to you right there.
Possible? How do you know meaning is possible?
No. Don't dodge my point, right?
No, your point. Hold on. Don't overtalk me. Look, you said it's true by definition.
Hey, little one, can you not interrupt me?
You said it's true by definition.
Let me add Christian Bible. Well, you in the definition that you gave me of the Christian God, you said he cannot
Look,
lie.
you don't even know that you're talking to me right now.
I am not your Christian God. If
Look,
I were your Christian God right now, I would be lying to you.
look,
That's
how do
impossible.
you know that now when you claim that you're presupposing meaning is possible? How do you know meaning is possible?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? How do you know that words have a
What do
meaning?
you're saying? I presuppose meaning is
Yes,
possible. What does that mean to presuppose that meaning is possible?
it means you're assuming that words can have meaning.
Do you not believe words have meaning?
Look,
Well, words don't
how
have
is
meanings;
my
they have
position
usages.
relevant? We're examining your
Words don't
epistemology.
have meanings; they have usages. Godless Girl.
Yeah, how do you know that? Did you reason that?
See, that's what I'm talking about. So you're going to go. How far are we going to go back to solipsism? That's where
No,
you're. That's what
I
I'm
go past
saying. The
solipsism.
very
I don't
beginning
even
of the
know. I
thing.
don't even
You're
see
going
how
to go
you can know
back
you
to how do
exist.
you know anything? And it's just how do you know you exist? How do you know
Yeah.
you
How do
sound
you know
like
you?
a
Do you think
scientific
you know you
communicator.
exist? Do you think you know you exist?
No, I gave you an example of something that I know to be true. I
Yes. And
demonstrated that I
okay.
know
So
it to
let's
be
go that.
true.
You think you know you're not the Christian God. Now, how do you even know what the Christian
Well,
God what
I
that
would
means?
know if I were the Christian God, I'd obviously know it, right?
So you're presupposing the law of non-contradiction is true. You're presupposing meaning is
No,
possible.
no, no. See, this is what I'm talking.
Wait,
You can't demonstrate any of your claims. And what you do, can you demonstrate any of this?
okay. So
You need to at
wait. Do you
first say that
disagree?
you've got to
Look,
demonstrate that there is no other option than the Christian God giving you knowledge.
look. Do you disagree that when you say I'm not the Christian God, that's presupposing things like the laws of logic are true?
Once again, I'm going to go back to my original point because you
Why
don't
are you
want to deal
dodging?
with
Why
it.
are you afraid to answer the
Because
question?
that question is so irrelevant to what we're talking about.
What's
The
the argument that
relevance
it's
is
irrelevant?
you
Look,
said you're trying to do it's either the
it's not.
Christian
I can
God or
explain why
no
it's
God,
relevant.
which is
I
a
can explain
false,
why it's relevant.
this is a false dichotomy.
I can explain why it's relevant.
Well, and I'm a God believer. So why can't I'll just argue that, hey, it comes from my God.
Oh, so you're going to take a dishonest position now, which is you
No,
think you
no,
know
I'm a
things
God
because
believer. Obviously, everything that exists
look,
comes from him.
okay, you finish
Logically,
talking and then I'll
I
talk.
have
We'll just
knowledge
take turns on
because
the
of
mic.
him.
You finish talking and then I'll talk.
Yeah, I will. So obviously, if I believe there's a God who created the universe, created the ability for knowledge, uh, it follows.
Are you
It's not
done?
dishonest.
Are you done?
Does it sound like I'm done?
I can't tell.
Well, that's pretty obvious.
Okay, so unless you want to claim that you've had divine revelation from this being who's omnipotent and omniscient and cannot tell a lie, then would be dishonest because that's not your actual position. You want to claim
No,
that you
wait a
know
minute.
things. You're
How do you
interrupting
know?
me. I wasn't
How do you know
finished.
the
I
Christian
wasn't
God can't
finished.
tell a lie?
Why are you scared to let me talk? I wasn't finished. I let you finish,
Well,
and when I'm done,
your
you can take
claim is
your turn.
dishonest because the Christian God lies.
When I'm finished, you can take your turn on the mic.
Sure,
I
go
let
ahead,
you
God.
finish. Yeah. So unless you want to claim that, which isn't your real position, so you would be being dishonest, then you're claiming that you have some method of being able to know things, knowledge being justified true belief, other than a divine revelation from your God. So my question is, how could you know anything? And you claimed that you know you're not the Christian God, but how do you even, and you know that by definition, but how do you even know what the Christian God means, right? That's presupposing things like the laws of logic are true, which you said that fact is irrelevant, which I don't know how it's irrelevant, because if you don't know the laws of logic are true, then how could you know things that are based on the laws of logic, right? Knowledge being justified true belief. And it's also presupposing meaning is possible. How do you even know that meaning is possible? Watch him dodge. It's your turn on the mic.
Yeah, the Christian God lies. So your premise that the Christian God is truthful is unfounded.
How are you going
That's
to demonstrate that?
a red herring. Okay. So
No.
notice
I mean,
the
your
hand.
claim within what you're
Excuse me. I
saying,
let
the
you
only
finish.
way that
I
someone
let you
can have
finish. You're
knowledge.
being
Oh,
rude.
you want to
Excuse
interrupt me
me.
now, or
Excuse
is that
me.
where
You're
you're
being
going?
rude. I let you finish.
No,
It's my turn
I'm
on the mic.
responding still
Oh,
to
he
what you
wasn't finished.
said.
Okay, go ahead and then I'll talk. Go ahead
Yeah, you should. So
with your
you're
red
in
herring.
your
Go ahead with your
claims
red
that
herring.
your claim was it could either be the Christian God who is always truthful and gives direct revelation, or it can't be. So the Christian God lies. He sends lying spirits to lie for him. So he is a liar. I mean, literally, Jesus said that if two or more people prayed together And we've had 2 or more Christians pray together to stop world hunger, stop suffering. Those prayers have not been answered. So Jesus has lied, who is God. So
Well, now you're
your
trying to.
statement that God is not a liar is blatantly false. So there's no way that you could get any information from the Christian God that you could know to be accurate, that would give you any type of
The
knowledge.
way in which you
Go ahead.
interpret the text in
Okay, so
scripture,
that was
and
Tyler. Excuse me, I'm just
I
gonna
want to
finish
still
up with
keep it
Skyler Fiction.
between Skylar and Godless for
So
until
I
we're
want
done.
the audience to
Others
notice.
come.
So that was all a red herring, right? About whether or not the Christian God can tell a lie. That's all a red herring, right? To the point that I just made. So I want the audience to notice how he didn't answer either one of the questions I asked him. Actually, I think I asked him 3. Did he answer any of those 3 questions? No. He tried to do a red herring about whether or not the Christian God can tell a lie, right? What the claim I'm dealing with is that he's claiming independent of an omnipotent, omniscient being revealing to him that he can know things, he thinks he has another method of knowing things. And I asked him, oh, well, what do
Straw
you
man.
know and how do you know it? And he said he knows he's not the Christian God. So I pointed out that
The
that
straw man in my
statement, and
position,
he says
God.
I pointed out that that's
I never
presupposing
claim to have absolute knowledge of anything.
absolute knowledge. I don't even know. So he's interrupting me. Notice the audience notice that he's interrupting me. Absolute knowledge. What is he
Jesus
talking about?
Christ, how
I don't.
much are you going to talk to the audience and have them
Excuse
point
me.
out
I'm not
things? Just
finished.
say
I didn't
what you got to
interrupt
say.
All
you.
right,
I
all
didn't
right, all
interrupt
right,
you. You're being rude.
guys. You gotta, godless. You just, I feel it. Just slow down a little bit. Just slow down a little bit so we can follow.
Okay. So he said that he knows. I don't know why he brought up absolute knowledge. I don't even know what absolute knowledge is. I'm just talking about justified true belief. So he claims that he has the justified true belief that he's not the Christian
No, I
God.
didn't.
But yeah, I did.
I
He's
never used the
interrupting
words
me again.
justified true belief. You never even asked about justified true
Skylar, hang
Oh,
belief.
on, Skylar, wait, hang on. There's been a few times where you've made points, Skylar, where she's wanted to jump in, and
No, it's
we've kind
fair.
of
It's
got
fair.
to step back. So let's try, cause
Let me
we'll make
mute.
sure you guys get time to go back and forth.
so I've defined knowledge multiple times during this conversation as justified true belief. The absolute knowledge thing he was doing was just a red herring. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't even know what absolute knowledge is. I'm just talking about justified true beliefs. So do you have any justified true beliefs, sir? I'm assuming that you want to stick to you have the justified true belief that you're not the Christian God. But that presupposes that meaning is possible. How would you know that meaning is possible without begging the question? And it also presupposes that the laws of logic are true. Now, how would you know the laws of logic are true without begging the question? Now, I'm going to let him take the mic now,
You're,
and I want the audience to notice how he will not answer those
I'm
questions.
going to
He's
ask
going
you
to
a
talk about
question.
red herrings and can the Christian God tell a
Calm
lie, stuff like
down.
that. Watch him
Calm
not answer
down.
the questions. Go ahead, Skylar. It's your turn on the mic.
Can you define justified true belief for me?
Sure. A belief is a proposition that you hold to be true.
Mm-hmm.
Justification means that it's something that increases the probability of your belief being true. And justified true and true is that which corresponds to reality, sir. Do you have any justified true belief?
Hold on, calm down. We can go back and forth, God. Let's relax. By what standard are you using when you say that it brings you closer to the truth?
Brings you closer to the truth. I said justification raises the
Well, the word.
probability that your belief is true.
What standard do you use to raises the probability? That you would measure the raise of probability in a certain belief?
I guess I don't understand the question.
Well, you have a standard, obviously.
Well, I'm
Like
an
if
epistemological
something would like,
nihilist, so I
if
don't think
hold on,
anything.
calm down. Let me finish my sentence so you understand what I'm asking, right? So say, like Tom Jump was using an argument about a meteor, like a certain meteor or asteroid passing the Earth every certain amount of years, right?
I'm sorry, are you
And
going to answer my
like
questions?
I know you don't want to hear what I'm actually, you don't understand. That's what I'm
I
talking about. I'm
told you he
talking
would
about the actual
dodge. I
subject,
told
but
you
you
he
have no
would dodge. He's
nuance to your
dodging.
thinking. What you're doing is you have no nuance to your thinking, and your goal is just to try to get me instead of having a conversation. Now, listen to what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
you're exposing
You,
yourself right now by dodging
you're
the
quote.
questions.
Just let me know when you're ready.
Do you have the justified true belief that you're not the Christian God, sir?
I need to know what the standard you're appealing to when you say a justified belief to where the probability, what standard are you using? Your own personal opinion, your own personal mind to decide whether something's more probable?
We're talking about your worldview.
No, I know, but I can't answer your question unless I know the standard that you're appealing to when you ask me the question.
What's I don't know what standard you mean. Do you have something that raises the probability that meaning is possible that doesn't is non-question
Where would
begging?
you get a standard for that?
Well, you could
Where
get
would be
it
the
from an
standard 1 would
omnipotent,
find?
omniscient being who could not tell a lie that gave you divine revelation. The words are meaningful.
But I've already pointed out that the Christian God lies. So you don't have
Red
an example
herring, red herring,
of a being
red
who doesn't
herring.
lie.
That's a red herring.
No, that's your whole point. That's your whole argument, is that there's a being who can give you knowledge that doesn't lie. And you appeal to the
Look,
Christian
I
God,
didn't claim
and when
that.
I
All I
debunk
claimed is
that
the
and show
only
you
way
that the
you could
Christian God
know. No,
lies,
no.
you can't take the argument.
What I claimed is the only way you could know anything is if you've had divine revelation from a
And you
God.
haven't demonstrated that.
Okay, so do you have a way of knowing
No.
things with
You haven't demonstrated that claim.
Look, what I'm saying is
Oh,
there's
you're really
no
destroying me now, huh? Godless girl, like you
Yeah,
said
did
you
you
were going to
answer
do.
either of my questions yet? No, you've dodged.
No,
And
no,
I'm gonna go back to those
your
questions.
questions
But I'm going to
are
make
not
my
relevant.
point again. I'm going to go through it again, okay? So, there's nothing that you could know, right? There's no inference you could make that doesn't rely on things like your reasoning, which you can't know is reliable without begging the question. There's nothing
Use
no
medical
belief you could
machinery.
have that doesn't presuppose things like the laws of logic are true, which you can't know without begging the question. That's why, without revelation from an omnipotent, omniscient being who cannot tell a lie, that's why you can't know anything.
When you say no, what do you mean?
Justified true belief. And I already told you what justification and belief in true means.
I mean, to what's
Now,
like
do you
how
have any
are you
justified true
asking?
beliefs, sir?
Do I know in like 100%? Do the laws of
No,
logic
I'm not
exist?
talking about certainty, sir. I'm not interested. Certainty is just a level of confidence. I'm not interested in your psychology.
I don't
I'm interested.
understand your silly
Excuse me. I'm
question.
not finished. I'm not finished. You're
Calm
interrupting me.
down. Slow
I'm
down.
not into.
You're not
Skylar
having a
Fiction, calm down.
conversation. You're just
Look,
yelling at me.
I'm not Look, certainty is just a level of confidence. I'm not interested in
That
your
wasn't what I'm
psychology.
asking you.
I'm not
I don't
interested.
understand your
I'm
major,
just
what your
interested in
question
your
is.
epistemology, sir. Do you have any justified true beliefs?
I know that I'm not the Christian God.
Yeah. Okay, so that presupposes meaning is possible, and it presupposes the laws of logic are true. Now we're back to the two questions you haven't answered. How do you know meaning is possible, and how do you know the laws of logic are true? Watch him. Now I want the audience to watch him not answer the questions.
I don't think I know it by the standard you're appealing to.
Do you have a justified true belief that the laws of logic are true, sir?
Am I justified? It's a good question. I don't know.
Are you admitting that you don't know if the laws of logic are true? You've been
Not for certain.
humiliated and destroyed. Humiliated and destroyed. I'm
Yeah.
done. I'm done.
Good. Bye
He's
bye. Goodbye.
destroyed, annihilated.
Goodbye. Go use food stamps again. Go abuse the food stamp
Is
system and
that what
live
you
off
call
welfare.
neutering?
If he doesn't know the laws of logic are true, then he doesn't know anything. Because any claim he makes is going to
You don't
presuppose the
know the
laws of
law.
logic
Do
are
you
true.
know the laws of logic are true?
Destroyed. Destroyed.
Do you know the
I'm an
laws of logic are
epistemological
true?
nihilist, sir. I don't think on the atheist worldview anybody can know anything.
Godless, I
Okay.
feel like with what he's
Why are
doing,
you
he's just
talking to me then? If you can't know anything,
I mean, guys, like, let's
why are
just
you?
gotta
How
kind
can
of
you
move
exist in a
on.
world
Like,
where you have no
like,
knowledge?
godless, like,
It doesn't even make sense.
let someone else.
Huh.
Where's Tyler?
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
done.
Tyler.
You guys can talk to this guy now.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
feel
listen,
like
it's like she pretends like she has no knowledge, but obviously she has knowledge about the world
I
around her.
feel like all you
That's the
did is
hilarity of it.
No,
shifted the burden. Can I say
the
something?
argument is, Skylar, is that you can't have knowledge of the world around you other than just saying cogito ergo sum. You're saying, well, I just experienced something, therefore I exist. What is proper knowledge if knowledge is intended to correspond to an individual